Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you stopped by. Today I'm going to be planning for the month of May in my work classic, and I have chosen Functional Florals by Amber Plants Her Day. We've got these really pretty pink and blue, and we've got some peach in here. I think these are just absolutely stunning florals. And I've chosen my boxes that I'm going to use are Mojo Jojo's rainbow boxes. I'm going to use this sort of peachy orange to pull this peach. And then I have some boxes and bullet points that I printed for a spread in back in the winter. I don't even remember what it was for, but I think it was like, I know it had snowflakes in it. I think it was snowmen and snowflakes. And so I'm going to use these blue boxes. I think the light and the dark blue are going to pair really nicely with these blue flowers. So with that being said, I've kind of been doing things a little differently in my monthlies these days. I've been pulling in my functional first and then coming back and doing my decor around it. So I'm going to do that again today. So I'm just going to, I think I'm going to take it just date by date. So I'm going to need a bullet point here. So I'm going to do a blue bullet point, and then I'll do a blue box here. So let's go with, I think I want to go with the darker bullet points. So I'm going to pull this bullet point in for that one-on-one, and then for that report, I'm going to pull one of these medium size if I've got one. Never fear. I have another one of these books if I need it. There we go. I'm going to pull this medium size orange box. And then I'll do a medium size blue box here. And I think I'll do sort of my medium blue. Now my medium and her medium are slightly, I've got this size too. Maybe I did a random size. Nope, that's the bigger. Okay. So I'm gonna pull this one in. It's gonna be a little irritating that they're slightly different sizes, but I'll make it work. Okay, and then I have a report due here. I'm definitely gonna have to pull another copy of this book, I can tell right now. And then we have field day, but we also have our annual team building on this day. And then we've got the last day of school. I don't really want to use the big peach, but I don't really want to get another. I think I'm gonna pull. I'll just do it. And then we have team meeting. I think I'm gonna go with a smaller box for that if I've got it. This color, and I don't know that I do. I think I'm gonna pull this up, and I'm gonna go with the lighter blue boxes. I'm shocked that came up. That shocks me. I'm glad it did. I'm just shocked it did. Okay, so let's go with the lighter blue. I was going with these sort of sorry about that. I had to plug my phone in. All right, so I'm gonna go with this size here for this one. And then we'll go with a I think I'm gonna have to get that other book. I could cut down. I hardly ever use these full-size boxes. I think I'm gonna cut some of these full-size boxes down and make them the size that I want. So I'm gonna grab this and an empty sticker page. I'll grab an empty sticker page. And I'm going to perform some sticker surgery. So I'm gonna cut this box here. And then figure out what size I want it. I think I want it, I'm gonna make it this size. So I'm gonna kind of put it on the edge of the page. And cut it here. I'm gonna pull that up. And take this piece. Put it right to the edge of this piece. And voila, I have a new box. And that goes on the 14th. And then we have let's see, let's work our way back this way. So I have a report due, and I have coffee here. So I think I'm gonna do a little blue. No, I'll do a little, and I'll do this medium. So we'll have that for coffee. And then we'll do a little orange. I need to combine these sheets so I'm not having to flip through quite so many. Do a little orange for my expense reports. I'm gonna kind of drop that under and like right on top of that box. Or should I do, actually I think I'll do a bullet point. Just so it stays consistent. Even though I don't particularly care for having blue and blue. And then we've got I'm gonna do two little, since I've got blue and blue there, I'm gonna do two little oranges there. I think. No. Square orange? Probably not. Apparently I really like this color. Oh, I do. I have the bigger. Actually, I'm going to use the bigger, and I'll do both of these in the same box. Okay, and so we've got first day of camp and a round table. So I'm going to make a box for that. And then my son's first day of camp. Put it right there. And then a round table there. So I'm going to make another box for that. Now for this one, because I've got this, if I can make it work, I may have cut it too small. We shall see. It's going to be too small. Okay. No problem. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the edge so I can measure it again. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut it here. This gives me a straight line. Well, it doesn't matter if I have a straight line or not, does it? Yeah, it does. I could cut it from there, though. I cut it from there. Can you even see what I'm doing? You can't. All right. So let me come in here. So I'm going to cut it from this line so that I make sure I get a straight edge. I'm going to pull that up and put that aside. And then come in here. Now, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm being super precise about what I'm doing, right? I'm making sure I got it exact. I really am trying to get it straight, and I don't want it to be all wonky if I can help it. I didn't get the best cut on that, but that's okay. And so now I'm gonna line this up to that line. Try to get my edges lined up as good as I can. And there's my new box. And that goes on the 27th. So it's a little bigger than this box, but that's okay because that one's a little bigger than that one, or that one and that one are a little bit off. So that actually kind of works in my favor. Okay, is that everything? That is all the function I need. Wow, that took a really long time. All right, let's throw some pretty down. Let's get us some pretty going. I'll get these out of the way. And let's dive into these florals. What do we have? We have 2 pages that are exactly the same. So, now, once I set up my monthly, I don't go back and add anything else in. So, I'm good to go however I want to decorate this. I think I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to grab the corner. This book is forever old, so when the small shops, this is from 2021, when the small shops first started making their books, they had a return around the side. They hadn't learned how to take it all the way to the edge yet. So you get a little extra edge around your pages in these early years, which doesn't bother me. Oh, no. Now this is Happy Planner paper, so hopefully this will come up. Yep, okay. Let's try again. I still let it down about as crooked as can be. But the funny thing, no, it's not crooked. It wasn't cut right. Because it's not crooked and it's in that corner. Interesting. Okay, well, we're not gonna fret about it. It's a planner. I'm wishing I had pulled some purple in. Let's see, just a little purple in there. Okay. I'm gonna take this sort of longer floral. Put it here, I think. And then I'm gonna take, oh, that box is so crooked. I need something here. Let's grab this. And I'm gonna take this pink one sort of slice it in half and grab the top. Drop it here. And then I'm going to grab the bottom and drop it here. If I can find the edge of that box. And then I'm going to take a blue one cut it in half. And put part of it here. And I'm going to grab I feel like I need something here, but that could be a quote. I could put a quote in this area, and a quote here, and a quote here. For sure. So, let's start down here. I think in these, I might have, yeah, bloom where you're planted, live life in full bloom. Bloom and grow. Let's do full bloom and grow fit. I don't know what straight is on this. And that feels mostly straight. Let's bloom and grow there. And then I'm going to take this one. I think that's the same as that one. No, it's not. Not quite. I'm going to let it. And then I'm going to do live life in full bloom. Here. Here. going to put it right on over Mother's Day, but this is my work planner. So I'm going to or maybe not. Hold on. I like sort of a tall quote here and then something small there, but I may have to want in one hand and cry in the other. I'm going to do radiate positivity up here. And how about the best is yet to be? Oh, goodness gracious. I feel like that needs to be there. And I feel like I could still take this Live Life in Full Bloom, but that's gonna, so if you're trying to balance with odd numbers, then I would have to add another one in. And I don't know where I'd put it. So I could put Live Life in Full Bloom here, but then that I can't put. So I think we're gonna leave that alone. And do I want any more flowers? I got some nicket spots, but that just might be what it is. I think that's just gonna have to be what it is. I think we're gonna call this a spread. Simply because I'm not gonna sit here and fret over it. Let me grab my planner and we'll put it back on the discs. And you know, sometimes when you stand up and look at it, you feel different about it. So we'll stand up and look at it and see if I feel different about it. Not really, but it is a monthly. So, you know, at least with the monthlies, it's not something that I'm looking at all the time. I come to it once a week. I fill out my weekly from it, and then I move on. So, I'm happy enough with it, I think. Who knows? I may end up adding to it later. Probably not, though. I don't have that much time. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I put this spread together today. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content when it goes live, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a great week, and I hope to see you in my next video.